Hey everyone, welcome again to our daily webinar. Today we have a really interesting topic, a brand new school that we're gonna showcase for you. And the spotlight of today is going to be for Fieldstone King's College School. So we'll talk about that in a few minutes. I'm just gonna give a few seconds. And hello, Christine.
Hi, Alex.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? I'm excited.
Oh, awesome. We're excited to have you as well. You wanted to show us a quick video?
Yes, that's right. Should I just go ahead?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fieldstone is founded on a strong and positive belief in children. We know that students are happy, confident, and engaged when they're challenged. That is why the Fieldstone School is
a Cambridge school.
We are a member of the Cambridge Schools Leadership for Learning community,
an institution for academic excellence.
Our curriculum gives students a solid foundation to achieve a high level of academic and personal development.
Nurturing.
Fieldstone provides a world-class academic program in the context of a small, caring, and nurturing learning community.
A community.
Our 6.4-acre facility gives our small school community a big school feel.
Teacher-centered.
We have a teacher-student ratio of 1 to 15, ensuring that all of our students get what they need from our program. Fieldstone, we see not the child we need here, but rather whom that child will become.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that.
Not a problem.
So Christine,
stop? Yes.
Yeah. So you guys are a homestay school, am I right?
Yes, that's correct. We offer a very, very small homestay program in-house.
And what's that like? How's homestay? You know, how are families picked? You know, how do two kids actually end up fitting into those families? How's that process?
Oh, that's a very good question. Like our homestay coordinator has been working with me for the past, I don't know, maybe 10 years now. Mm-hmm. Right? We have a very, very long history of helping homestay family and also helping homestay students. So how we recruit our homestay family is like we usually would go in once we receive the application form. We'll go in and we will have we will ask the homestay family questions. The question will be about like 30 to 40 of them, right? Okay. We ask questions to ask them to think about it and give us an answer instead of telling them, okay, this is what we want from the homestay family. You need to do this, you need to do that, because if we do that, it's this year in and this year out. They will never stay, right? Yeah, so we ask very simple questions. You know, we will ask you through our experience. So we ask, oh, okay, you know what? During the your student just texts you. For example, the student texts you dinner time, right? Like 6 o'clock, you're gonna have dinner. The student texts you around like 5:30, saying that, oh, I'm going out with to have dinner with my friends. I'm not coming home. What will you do? Very simple question. And then we get a reaction from the homestay family, right? Some will say, well, that's not acceptable. You know, I'm going to tell the student, you have to let me know ahead of time. You have to let me know early in the morning, you know, before you make any plans, right? So that I don't want to waste my time. I prepare the food for you, right? And then after we listen to the answers, and then we will guide the parents, right, the homestay parent to the right direction. And we'll say that, okay, it will happen again. Don't expect the student, you tell the student, don't do that again, and they will stop doing it. No, they will do it again. Why? Because they're teenagers. Okay. They will. Even your own kids will do it. Don't mention about, international students, right? They are all the same. They are all the same, right? So what we will tell them is like, okay, don't get mad, right? All you need to do is like, okay, I will appreciate if you can let me know ahead of time, but, your dinner is ready. I will, wrap it up. I put it in the fridge. So when you come home, if you're still hungry, it's there. You can have it, right? If you're not hungry, and then that will be your lunch tomorrow. So you're not wasting your time. You save your time preparing lunch for the family, right?
Yeah. So you kind of like train a bit these families so they're prepared for actually having an international student.
Yes. So the interview process usually is an hour, right? So the interview process basically is a training And then we also have Homestay webinar seminar as well, right? To train the Homestay parents to understand the cultural differences and to understand, teenagers, generally speaking. Yes. And we have Homestay guide, it's like 18 pages, right? So every time we have a situation and we just add it to the Homestay guide as a reminder to the Homestay parents. We have a Homestay student guide as well. Again, any issues happen in the past, we add it to the Homestay student guide, right? As a reminder to them as well.
Yeah, I think guidelines are pretty good. That'll probably help those parents quite a bit. So just a question that might be interesting to the parents watching this, because students might be with them right now. What are their actual responsibilities that these families have to the kids? So in order to be safe, what are kind of like the rules, a bit more of those guidelines in depth?
Yes, we do. Yeah, that's all included in the guide that I just mentioned, right? Our homestay program basically is not for profit, right? Because the homestay fee we charge on average is like $35 a day. You have your own private room, you have 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? Their main responsibility is to support our students through their academic journey with Fieldstone, right? We don't want them to get involved. We don't want them to get involved student academic performances, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So if they receive, so they're gonna receive the attendance report daily. They're gonna receive our Friday file, weekly school report as well, right? They'll be sending to them, but just so that they can support us or support the students. Maybe we will ask the homestay family, say that, oh, okay, the student has been late and then we are concerned, right? And maybe you can help us to find out the reason why, right? Maybe the student is staying up too late, maybe playing, computer games, maybe. We don't know, right? So so once we learn, right? Once we learn, and then we will provide that feedback to the homeland parents, right? And then the parents will ask the parent to work with us. What can they do to work with the students, right? And let us know what can we do to support the students. Maybe the homestay family need to have a knock, in the morning, just to, time to wake up so that you can, you could go to school on time, right? Yeah, something like that. Yeah, sometimes the parent will say that, well, I want my kids to go to bed at 10 o'clock. That's it. And then we're going to ask the homestay parent, and then we ask the parent to communicate with the student, because we don't want this to seem to like, oh, it's the homestay demanding the students, right? We don't want that. We want them to live in the harmony, right? Yes, to avoid conflict, right? So discipline will always have to come from the homeland parents, and the homestay family, they are supporting roles.
Okay. Yes. So it's a good line of communication between their actual parents and the homestay parents to make that more efficient.
And also the homestay coordinator. We have in-house homestay coordinator, right? Okay. Yeah. So she should monitor the well-beings of the students, right?
Okay. Yeah, I think that's pretty necessary. Sometimes maybe the teenagers, as you say, can be a bit hard to deal with, and they're not your own kids. You might not know how. So it's good to know, and I think it's really relaxing for the parents of the students that might go to know that this whole process is taken into account, that it's reviewed, and really double checked. Checking a bit actually of the school. So what's the actual campus environment? What's it like for kids that are actually there?
Well, we are a small school, right? The capacity is only like 300 students, right? But we have our campus is like in a very, very decent size, right? I think it's more than 17,000 square foot, right? And 6 acres, right? So inside the school, we have all kind of facility, everything that we need as a school, as a high school or an elementary school, right? So basically, we like to say we are a small school with big school experience, and then our family and our students, after they graduate, they always come back. They feel like they're part of this family. We have a testimonial for one of our parents from Mexico originally, right? They only want to stay for 1 year, ended up staying for 3 years. At the end, it give us a beautiful testimonial, right? Saying like they really feel like they are part of the beautiful family at Fieldstone, right? And that's how you feel, and then everybody knows everybody. That if you're the first new students, in at Fieldstone, right? And then we have all kind of activity. We have orientations, and we have that's in August, and then in September, you're getting used to all the different, the academic perspectives, right? And then in early October, then we will have a 3 day, 2 nights camping trips. So all the high school students, new one, returning one, all the teachers, principal, vice principal, they will all go out for the camping trips, right? The purpose is to build friendship, bonding, right? And build trust, right? So to make the student feel that I'm part of this community, right? So yeah, that's even for our graduate, they'll come back. We recently received some of the email from our past graduates say that I really miss my school.
So it's a pretty good integration process. So years after, you'll still feel like you're part of the family.
Yes, and then we have the Fieldstone Alumni Association, right? That's based in UFT because we have most of our graduate that move on to UFT, University of Toronto. Yeah.
You mentioned an ex-alumni from a family in Mexico. So what countries do you usually get your international students from?
From all over the world, from Asia, from Europe, right? From Middle East, from Central Asia. Yeah, we are also from Africa. That we are expanding, right? In a way, our recruitment, right? Also from Canada, of course, right? Some local students, yes, particularly high school students. High school is an international school. We have like more than 10 years experience helping international students. Like we have in-depth, expertise on how to help them to achieve their dreams, right?
So it really is a really diverse and cultural experience for students going over there. They won't just, interact with students maybe from Canada, but students from everywhere around the world.
Exactly. They learn from each other. We have so many clubs, right? For example, the student from Mexico, he say that I want to start. We actually had a Spanish club, right? A Japanese club, and then they learn. Even our teacher would join the Spanish club because they want to learn the language, right?
Yeah, it's encouraging from both sides, teachers and students.
Yeah, so our club is very different as well, right? Our club is very much student-centered. They're all supported by one or two of our teachers, right? So it's like if I want to start a club, I find 4 other students to join me, and then you get a teacher to support you. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, it's not the other way around, right? So we want students to take the initiative. Everything we want to foster the way of thinking is like everything is possible as long as you commit to it.
Okay. So really prepping them for their future when they go off to college or university to actually, take charge and decision of what they want.
You have to do that. You have to. Otherwise you're not going to be successful, particularly at post-secondary, right? There's nobody like in high school. You have your teacher, right? You have your peers to support you, right? In the university or college, you're pretty much on your own.
And around the town, what's like, what's the lifestyle around there? Is it a big city, small city? What are some of the activities that students can do that's not necessarily, at the school?
Well, yeah, city of Toronto is a big city. So our location is very ideal, particularly for teenagers, right? So from Pearson to Fieldstone is about like 17 minutes by car, and then from Fieldstone to downtown Toronto, where all the actions are, right? All the attractions, right? It's about like 22 minutes by subway, right? And then to subway is only like 10 minutes walk, right? It's so convenient for them. Yeah. And then we have everything. Like 2 blocks away is the Yokedale shopping malls, right? Yokedale shopping mall has everything. It has food court. It has a chapter which is a bookstore, right? It has a theater, so if you want to watch a movie, it's right there. And I did a little bit of research just preparing for this for this webinar, right? We actually have quite a few South American Mexican food Mexican restaurants around our school. Yeah, I know. It's very interesting. Yeah. And then we have laser tag. Of course, a lot of supermarkets, right? You want to go shopping, you want to make your own food, that's possible, right? That's part of our homestay program as well, that our parents will take the student for grocery shopping. And that is also a learning opportunity, right? And laser tag, we have bowling alley. It's popular because every, during orientation, that's what we would do, right? We would take students for, bowling to have some fun with teachers, right? And across from the streets, from our school is a community center. It's a non-for-profit Columbus Community Center. They have so many events happening, right? Like every year, so many events. They have arts program, they have dance programs, they have gallery, they have culinary programs. Our students, they have a fitness center there. They have a indoor swimming pool. They have tennis court. Our student can join all the programs, right? Use their facility, just pay like $10 a month as a membership. It's very convenient, and our students also volunteer there. And then in our community, there are many, volunteer opportunities, right? And our teachers, our school will facilitate that, right? Teacher would take the student to join.
Okay, so to everyone watching, to the students watching now, you know that it's a really complete student experience inside campus and outside. So anything you want to do from clubs, sports, academics, and in town. And to parents, now you know how that process is when it comes to picking the family your kids will be living with for some time. Any final points, any final highlights you really want to, have people learn about?
Well, I think for all the international students, right, aside from our advanced academic, because we offer our Ontario curriculum, of course, right, but we also have the advanced curriculum, Cambridge curriculum for some students who wish to, take the challenge. Right.
Yeah.
Basically, the whole experience, I think, is to foster the students' interest in their leadership, right? And then we offer so many field trips, right, throughout the school year. So our teacher would take the students, right, to go outside of the classroom to learn from the specialists, to see the outside world, the professional world as well, right? With all those experience, with the knowledge they gain through, our academic programs, right? It comes with what? The independence and also the confidence, and that's what they need, right? And not just for the post-secondary education. That's also if they want to consider immigration, right? That's for their future career opportunity as well.
Okay. So it's a lifelong preparation then.
Yes. Okay. Yes, I'm very proud to say that we did really, really well on that prospect.
Okay, awesome. So final thing that we have to know about, parents are always going to ask this, what is the cost per year for an international student, and are there any scholarship options for them?
Very good question. Yes, we do offer scholarship, and that is case by case, and student definitely can apply, right, when they submit their application, right? And then usually if they're interested in scholarship, they will need to complete about like 300 words an essay.
Okay.
Yeah, talking about the leadership.
Okay.
What kind of value they can bring to the Fieldstone community, right? So the cost per year, including accommodation, is around like 40,000 Canadian dollars a year, and most of our students from Mexico will receive some sort of scholarship.
Okay. Good. Okay, so now to everyone watching, now you know who you're going to talk to when you start applying to the school. Friendly face. What I want to do right now is just show everyone how to find Fieldstone on applywave. So what I'm going to do is share my screen in a second now. Just 1 second. And here we go. Okay, so I'm already at the pre-profile of the school, but I'm going to go back to show you how I got to this point. Again, remember, it's really easy to log in, applywave.com. At the top right corner, you can log in using your Facebook or Google account or just your regular data, email, and password. So go to high school, Fieldstone, fill out the box, click search. It'll take you to the pre-profile, directly to the school. And then once here, click again on read more, and you'll be able to find all of the information that was probably already mentioned right now, but also everything else. So the amount of student population as mentioned, about 300 students. scholarship, tuition, a bit of a description, at the bottom pictures, and if you want to know geographically what the school is located as well. So remember, just go on applywave.com and you'll find the school right here. Any questions you have, we'll be more than glad to assist you. And also, now you know exactly who you'll talk to. Christine, thank you for being here today. Thank you for sharing all this information with us. And
My
to everyone,
pleasure.
thank you. And to everyone watching, see you next time, and thank you for being here.
Bye.